Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so while I was uploading the first video, I got a little impatient, but I will go over this with you. Okay, so I went ahead and I basically have almost finished page 2 because we've already gone over page 1. So here we go. Right here, okay, so we talked about this prior. So our regular cardstock here is 5.5 by 7.25. Then I use a colored cardstock, and this is a cream color. This is 5.25 by 7. And then for the designer cardstock, this one, I didn't mention it earlier, but this is Puppy Love. Okay, this is one side and the other side of Puppy Love. So, and so, like I said, the designer cardstock is 5 by 6.75. So then I decided to go into my Cricut because on one of my past albums, I had this really cute border that was like coffee cups. And so I thought, let me see if they have a border of little doggies, and they did. And so they have these cute little, looks like, I think, Scottish Terriers. So stinking cute. Okay, so what I did was, like, I inked around the white with the turquoise, and then again, this is the black that I went around here, really very close to the edge. I didn't want it to get it too cray-cray. Okay, so then this right here is the same length as the black cardstock. No, I'm sorry, the white cardstock, the colored. So 7 inches long. And for this, and I mean, you can choose however large you want this to be, but for mine, why is it okay? Here it is. Okay, this one is 4 inches. Okay, and then on the inside of it, I went with the same length as the designer cardstock. And, or wait, no, it's a little bit longer. Don't let me lie. It is a little bit longer. I'm trying to think. I think it was, no, it was 6.75. I'm sorry. It is. It just appears to be different. So then I took some ribbon, and this is not going all the way down because you don't want your, you want to make sure that your tape sticks for your pocket. So I only have it going partially down in here. And I glued this down with some Scrap Perfect glue. I like made, you know, because I'm running out of it. I went ahead and made sure that I could use that because that will really hold it. For this in particular, I used the 1/8 inch score tape to put this on. And all I did, I didn't back up or anything. I just tried to cut it real straight and then applied it on here at the edge. And then for the little doggies, in the Cricut, I cut it out the same length as the colored cardstock. So it is, oh no it's not, sorry, the designer cardstock. This actually came out to be a little bit longer than 6.75, just like by a hair. Okay, so it was like 6.77 instead of 6.75. And so all I did was, you know, when you're looking at your Cricut in your subscription, it has a little thing when you pull up your image to where you can drag it out. Well, that's the width that I dragged it out to, was 6.77. I tried to get it 7.5, but I kept messing with it back and forth. I'm like, just never mind. I'll just go with 6.77. It's not a big deal. Or 6.77. And then I used my Scrap Perfect glue to put this down. The reason why I didn't use the glue stick is, for one, it will not stick to fabric. So it'll keep lifting. So I went ahead and I used the little amount of Scrap Perfect. Like I said, it doesn't take much to get it to work, and I made sure to especially make sure I get it over here and here so that it stays still. And then I just took one of my little pocket tags, and oh, I don't have a little card in here. Okay, one of these, I'm telling you what, I'm always having these weirdo days. Okay, so what I did is I took one of the little clocks from the banner page, I put a little tape at the bottom here, and then I used it to, you know, hold it in instead of like gluing it down or just kind of leaving it up. So that worked really well for that. And then I just love this, A Dog Day Afternoon. Now, I'm not completely done with this page yet, but I am enough to move on. Again, I decided to work with colors that were all within this paper collection, okay? So when I went to the store, I only purchased 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It was the open cardstock at Hobby Lobby. And so here, we're gonna go to, actually here, let me tuck this in a little bit further here so it won't come out. I don't know why I'm starting on this side, but I just decided to, ridiculous sometimes how I'll just, you know, do whatever. This page is going to be, that says Puppy Love. That is not Puppy Love. Oh, it's called Playful Pals. Okay, so again, I'm using the same measurements basically for the main pages that I did here. Nothing really different, but I will show you a little technique that I do when I don't want to use a whole sheet of 8 by 8 and I want to use my 6 by 6. So that's what I'm going to show you real quickly. So as you can see, I call this cheating. So this is a 6 by 6 piece of paper. And what I did was is I cut it the measurements that I needed it to be to fit in here, which was, this one is 6 by 6, right? But not down here. I cut it down at the 5-inch line, and then it left me this little sliver. So I flipped it over, and then I measured it on my thing to figure out where I would put the tape so that it would measure out 6 3/4. And so then I went ahead and I put the tape down. I did mark my edges first with black before I even taped it down. Okay, then this is another, I'm so sorry. This is another trick I'll do. So I have a piece of extra cardstock, and I call this my photo mat, so it has measurements on here. Well, what I'll do is so I'm not having to measure all the time to find out what the middle is of the paper, I fold it just like this, and then that gives me my center. So now I know where the center is, where I need to put my hole. So now I'm going to go on. This is kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen this before. I haven't personally, but like I said, I never claimed to be the person that created this particular fold. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and so it's going to kind of work like this, okay? Once I tape it down, I'm not taping it down yet because I don't have my, I don't have all my stuff on here yet. So I don't want to officially tape it down until it's ready to be taped down. So I do have this in here already. This page is magnetic, okay? So once you open this, it's still going to stay down. You don't have to worry about it popping up. This is actually, this little brad here, or this little tag, is holding down this page. And I mean, it will do it once I tape it down. But this was using a 8.5 by 11 sheet. I believe, yes, I did. I cut it at the 5, okay? And then I'm gonna remove this right now because you don't need it. And by the way, I put another washer on the opposite side of where my magnet is right here. Okay, so you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought it was kind of an interesting idea to do it this way. Like I said, I'm sure somebody's probably done it before. So let me show you on here where your measurements need to be. Okay, so we know that this is, you know, 11 inches. I didn't do anything to it. All I did was cut 5 inches off, okay? Or no, I mean, I cut it to the 5. Then here at, hold on, I'm going to flip it this way because it's a little bit easier for me to see this. So then at 4 3/4, I did a score line. And then I have another one here at 5, right after 5 1/4. So then I have one here at the 6 inch. And I'm sorry, what did I say? 5 1/4. So it's 5 3/8. Okay. So again, 4 3/4, 5 3/8, and then at the 6. Okay. Then I went ahead and I folded it over like how I wanted it to be. Okay. So it's going to kind of be like a little sandwich. Okay. And so it's really going to be, it's that easy, right? And then I just kind of fold it over this way. So then I have tape on this back side because this, and my magnet here. So this is what's going to go on the back side of this. Okay. And then now I can actually go ahead and close this because I wanted to show you the measurements. But you know what? Let me go ahead and write these down because I'll probably forget. So, oops. How strange is that? Okay, hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so at the 4 3/4, the 5 what did I say, 3/8, and at the 6. And this is for little booklet, oops, booklet fold is what I'm going to call it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape here because I know I want this to be folded over. And like I said, tuck in those little extra hanging things. Okay, so now we're going to have this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my measurements for this. So on the first page, this is where you're going to come in and you're going to open up your 6x6. And I'm going to use pages from there that kind of coordinate with this. And of course, this is my cat page. So anything that has cats on it, I'm going to go with the blue. So I'm going to use let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And I'm probably going to use this one for my inside. I'm going to use 2 of those. So you can kind of, you know, guess right here how you want it to look. Do you want it to be like this? Oops, hold on. So it's going to be like this, and then this. So you can have that pattern going on, or you can do it the opposite and have it this and this, or you can do it a little bit louder in here. Just playing. I don't know. You could do like a simple belly band here with the leftover that's from this page that will go on the opposite, or you can keep looking in here. I'm just not sure if I'm happy happy with plain. To me, kind of like this maybe my other page, hold on. So then I go back and I sit here and I think about this. My other page was mainly blues and greens. So I think I will step away from that. We're going to stay with cream. Sorry, so I apologize. I'm probably not going to use this. I may still for the back side. I don't know yet. I may just use one of these. I'll keep one of these out. I could do red. This one's kind of cute here. Thinking I'm liking this. So let's see, we've got this, and I like the newsprint. Where did that one go? Huh. Well, they don't have the newsprint in that one. That's cray-cray. I may end up do something like this and do a belly band. What do y'all think? Or I could do stripes. I don't know. But anyway, I'll figure it out because it's going to take me forever to do that. So anyway, I will be right back. Thanks. Hi guys, I'm back. So here we are, another morning. Okay, didn't realize I cut off my other video so abruptly. Anyway, so I've already posted the first part of the video, and I realized that I basically just didn't finish doing the cover. So the reason why I decided not to do the cover yet was I didn't know how thick this would end up being. So I thought, you know what, I better wait until I finish this, because sometimes you know, these chipboard embellishments and stuff can you know, make it bigger. So okay, so here I just want to go over this real quick with you. So this basically is the measurements that I gave before for the colored cardstock, which you know, for all the pages it is mainly going to remain the same. I'm almost 100% sure about that. So like I said, the first layer, the first colored cardstock is 5 1/4 by 7, and then the designer cardstock is 5 by 6 3/4. So all I did for this was I fussy cut the little lady's image out of the first page of the 8x8. I say fussy cut it, I just fussy cut, excuse me, I don't know. Okay, and that one is just called Raining Cats and Dogs. So, and then I used, which page is that one? I'm gonna look real quick because I'm horrible about names. Playful Pals. So, and then I just basically put my tape here, my score tape here, and along here. And then so now this just kind of made like a small little pocket. I didn't use any chipboard to back this up. I really kind of wanted this to remain flat. I didn't want to, sometimes when you add chipboard, it can make it too, you know, too loose here. So I really wanted this to be tucked in a little bit tighter so that it would stay in place. And then all I did was use some little, you know, I think I got it in one of these little recollection kits or something, or who knows, paper, whatever it is, paper craft, whatever. Just a bunch of, you know, ribbons and strings together, whatever. So I added that in here. So, let me show you my finished page on this one. So I don't remember how far I got along, but I did add this chipboard piece, and then I eventually put I taped all the papers on the back. I ended up making this a little pocket. I thought that was kind of cute. And then of course this is just a plain matte page. And then, you know, this little tag tucks in here. So when I put this on, I didn't realize it, but I put it on crooked. And when I put it on crooked, I was like, oh no, what did I do? So what I did was I took some leftover of this paper right here, the Playful Pals, and I cut it into strips. So I had one strip here, then I add another strip here, and I add another strip here. And that's how I hid my little mess up. So I hope if that ever happens to you, you know, it's just an idea of how to cover it up without having to rip it off and start over. Especially, you really can't do that on an accordion album because you'll have to start all over again. But anywho, see what I'm saying? Like, too much room. So I'll probably add another tag under here. Right now, I'm not going to like overload these with tags and stuff because if I do, then it's just going to fall out as I'm making it. So really, you know, I'm just going to kind of leave them in there. So then we come to my next page. Now, I know I finished this one already. I'm sorry. It was like taking forever to upload all the other videos. And I wanted to get this finished because I have a doctor's appointment at the hospital later today. So I got to get some tests done. Anyway, again, I use the same 5 1/4 for my colored cardstock. This one is more of a lighter pink. So this is kind of like a darker peachy pink. And then I went lighter. So I'm kind of grabbing all these colors that were in the flowers and in the girl's face. So I don't know if anybody's ever used these color combinations before. I know they've used the black, but I don't know if anyone else has, you know, used other colors along. I like to really make images pop out. So that's why I do this. Okay, so I had this left over. This is one whole 8x8. So this piece and this piece was the whole 8x8. So I went ahead and I love this so much. I went ahead and continued it to this side. So I didn't flip the paper like I normally do because I love, love, love these flowers. So let me move back over here. So with the leftover piece, I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a pocket. So I had another leftover piece of the 6x6. I went ahead and cut it to fit in here, or it was already cut. I don't remember, but let me see. Where is my ruler whenever I need it? That's crazy. Anywho, it's okay. I don't think I cut it down any more than it was already cut. I think I ended up cutting this. So this was just a leftover strip of paper. So I cut it down to be the length of 6 3/4, or width, shall I say. And the length is, and I can just check on my scoreboard, I don't really need my ruler, is 2.5. So 2.5 by 6 3/4, and then just take one of your extra pieces of 6x6 cardstock and put it in here. And then I put the tape on the back already, so now we have a little pocket. Honestly, once you move this up here, and so it's lined up against this one, you know, you don't need the whole paper going down for a pocket. I'm sure you all know this if you make, you know, if you've made these albums before. So, but let me go ahead and I'm going to put this to the side for a second. I will come back to this in a minute because I think I'm going to try to find a border on my Cricut that I think will be really cute. I loved the one with the dogs, but I'm really wanting to get like a smaller scalloped one. So I'm going to try to look for another border. almost like a small tiny eyelet border. But we'll see. I may have to go buy one. I don't know yet. So here we go. This again, like I said, 5 1/4 or 5 by 6 3/4. Now these little sheets right here, I had some leftover, like I said, leftover black cardstock from when I was cutting earlier. And I wanted to go ahead and use some of those. So I kind of came up with this. I don't know if anybody's ever made this before. I have no idea, but it's kind of like a barn door, okay? And all I did, and I believe this is 3 inches. It should be, okay. Yes, 3 inches. So you're gonna do 3 inches, score it, then do 3 inches, score it again, and then I had this little leftover piece. And so I just folded it over, and then I put a magnet. I'm going to show you here. So that's why I didn't put on my little strip so I could show you. There are 2 washers underneath here, okay? I taped it to the back of this black cardstock. You don't have to, if you put it under too far, the magnet may not be strong enough to reach through all the layers of paper. So when it comes to my albums, you're always gonna lay your colored cardstock down. You don't even need to pretty much think about that. The only one you're not gonna lay down just yet is this next piece, because I don't know, sometimes you're not always gonna have a piece of paper down here. Before I was going to have it opposite, where this would have flipped the other way. But I thought this was really neat. This type of little barn door, it's a little bit upside down. But this creates some little pockets here. But you can still, you know, pull out the image. So let's just say, for instance, I could do that, okay? And then you would just pull your little pocket out, you know, pull your little tag out, sorry. Flip this all the way. You're gonna have to flip it all the way around, otherwise it's going to bend. And then open, voila. So, and see, here's the other little magnet here. And so, all the papers, what I did was I left a 1/8 inch border around all of them. So, you just always measure for any of these little pages, you know, a 1/8 inch border. You can even do a 1/4 inch, but a 1/4 inch I think is like too much space. So, but anywho, and then these little flag banners are from the banner kit, but I did back them up with a piece of manila cardstock, or not manila, I was using it earlier, the cream color. Okay, that looks white on here, and you know what was really funny on the video? This turquoise also looks blue, like straight up blue. It's not, it's turquoise. So I apologize for that. I don't know why. It looks so weird, or maybe it's just on my iPad, who knows. So I'm not really sure yet if I'm gonna add more stickers in here, but I am gonna finish going ahead and adding my little pieces of paper right here. It's funny how these are sticking together. It's kind of funny. Didn't realize that. And then I will start on this, well, actually this one is not going to be, well, no, I decided I am going to do this page. This is going to have to be very, very thin and very simple page. You may want to just make it a mat. And I do have 2 mats that I already pre-cut, but I haven't put any paper on them yet. I decided to use a ticket stub. I am probably going to put a little eyelet and have a little bit of ribbon hanging out so that you can pull it out, because I didn't make like a thumb, an indentation for your thumb. So I don't want you to have to like dig too far. So you are going to have a little bit of ribbon sticking out. I'm not going to use paper because paper will bend and then it's not going to go back into place, where ribbon is ribbon and it will, you know, behave the same. So anyway, I will go ahead and mat these 2. And I will give you the measurements for these. Actually, I can do that right now. I believe it was, oh, don't let me lie. I don't know, because I did it last night. Okay, so this is 7 1/8 by 5 and, oh, let me see, 5 3/8. Yep. So 7 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that's that. So I will be back in a minute. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so I think I'm just trying to make sure I had a doctor's appointment that I had to go do real fast, but I think I basically showed you this little barn door type thing. I still need to add in my little strips right here. But I went ahead and I did this page, and I think I had talked about that this page over here was going to be a pockets. And so I went to my Cricut and I found this kind of cute little border here. I'm going to show it to you close up. I thought it was adorable. Look at that. And so what I did is I had bought a little sticker sheet because at our Hobby Lobby we had our flat backs stickers on sale. And so I just got this one, and I think this is considered ivory or something. I don't even know. Let's see what color this is. Brown. It says brown pearl. Interesting. It doesn't really look brown, but okay. So here they are. So then I took my tweezers and I pulled them off, and then I added a little drop of Scrap Perfect down underneath here where there's like a little hole. And so now it's a little pocket. Then right here I decided to use one of the tags that says, because this was my cat page. This is going to be my dog page. So I think we have like dog, cat. Well, this is kind of dog too, but dog, and I guess I'll make this one cat. Oh, whatever, you know. So anywho, I just used my little tweezers, and then I, you know, stuck them on here. And then remember I was telling you for the back page it's going to have to be flat. So this basically is going to be a matte page, and this paper, especially this page, is so beautiful by itself. It doesn't even need any embellishments on it. So I love it. So then I went ahead and started in on the, or I'm going to start in on the inside. So what I have here is again my same size for my colored cardstock, my first layer here. Okay, so I was watching my Creative Spirit and I saw her little Raining Cats and Dog album this afternoon while I was at the doctor's office, and I thought, okay, I saw this really cute like little wallet thingy she made, so I was like, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. So of course I don't know what her measurements were, but I'm gonna tell you what my measurements are for this, and I used the ticket stub. So it's gonna go like this. So I haven't taped this down yet, but I'm gonna tape this down underneath here and then tape this on top. Okay, and then also the reason why I'm not doing it on this side is because I have a pocket right here, and then I have another pocket on this side. So I just decided to kind of do it on this side, and I thought, you know, wouldn't that be cute? So, you know, it'll flip open, and then it will have a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, maybe a pocket here, I don't know yet. There won't be a pocket here, but, and then I'll have my magnet here, and then probably underneath here, or maybe even at the bottom of back here. It'll probably be in the back, so I'm not gonna lie. So the washer will be back here, and the magnet will be here. And then that will keep it closed. No. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have my washer underneath here. So in all actuality, this will magnetize to this. So, sometimes my brain's not working. But anywho, I've already kind of got some leftover paper from the previous cuts that I had from this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want it to be the 5 1/4 or 5 by 6 3/4. So these were already cut, and so I'm just going to use these and have this in between. Now this isn't going to be a belly band. It's just going to be kind of like a little decorative strip. Just to kind of like hide the fact that I'm using an extra piece of paper. Like I said, I really try to use all my scraps. This probably will go down just a little bit more. That should be about right. If it's not, then I'll just add another sliver in between here too. But so then it's going to go like this. And I know y'all are pretty familiar with making pockets and stuff like that. When I get done, I will write down the measurements for this little, we'll call it wallet. And then I will give those to you in a few minutes. So let me just finish that up and then I'll be right back.